Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this, your Taurus March 2023 reading and forecast. Hi, I'm Nigel Saint James, clairvoyant, and if you might be interested in seeing what's involved in a clairvoyant reading with me, just check out the information below, and you can see how easy it is for that to happen from anywhere in the world. Now, I do charge for clairvoyant readings, but I'm going to announce something now, because I am sort of spiritually required to. In addition to the spiritual gift of clairvoyance, I was given at birth the gift of healing. Now, this healing work that I've done in my home country for 30 years, but I'm told now to extend it out across the other countries of the world, and this is a good mechanism which allows people to do it because I can do it remotely. Now, it takes about 15 minutes, and the thing is this: it is absolutely free, no obligation. I won't be recommending any products or services. I won't be recommending that you have a reading. It may not even be you. It might be someone that you know who needs some healing. But what I do say is this, because I'm required to say this by law in many different countries, is that you must also seek medical advice. Now, to find out how to arrange that, it takes about 15 minutes. I need to use FaceTime or Skype because I have to see the person, and 15 minutes or less is generally the time that it takes. So let's see what there is in store for this. By the way, when I finish this reading, I've got a date tonight, so I'm quite looking forward to that, as you can well imagine. Now, let me see this. With an accountant, a beautiful woman. Well, all women are beautiful, really, aren't they? But she certainly is beautiful at all. Yeah, now you might say, yes, but an accountant, is that, it's the eye, see, women are like kryptonite to me, so what can I do? So I shall enjoy a glass of wine, a mouthful or two of food, and see what the night brings. Hopefully happiness, joy, and lots of laughter. Now, we're going to take 5 cards for you because that's all we need, isn't it? Great to see the subscribers back again, by the way. Always love to see you. Now, let's see what there is involved in this reading for you now, which has no advertisements, incidentally, during the content of it. No video advertisements breaking in, so you'll be able to enjoy the experience uninterrupted. So now let's choose 5 cards, because 5 is all we need. They speak volumes to us. There is Justice. Isn't that a great card to always have? There is the Magician. Oh, probably exceeded only by that. There is the 3 of Cups. What's coming out for you as a 4th card, Taurus? Strength. That's good. Gee, you've got 1, 2, 3 major arcana in that. Let's see what there is here now. And finally, for you, there is the Princess of Swords. Right, well, as is our usual practice, why don't you come now, sit down here next to me. We'll have a good close look at the imagery on these cards together while I do the reading for you. Right, let's have a look at the Magician, shall we? See what there is here. I like the art on these cards, I have to say. They do raise interesting inspirations for me. Well, look, the Magician, as you know, is the first of the major arcana to be given a proper number. That is 1, and the and this really moves you from the chaotic ecstasy and the divine bliss of unity that would have been found in the Fool, now into forceful action and manifestation with this card. You make things happen. Now, the title of the card, being a Magician, does not refer to stage magicians or of any sleight of hand. However, this magician is creating change to occur in conformity with his will through the manipulation and control of the universe. Now, of course, he can manipulate and control the universe because he is the universe, just as you are. What are you? You're made up of something. You're not something which looks at the universe. You are the universe. You're part of it. And the universe is alive and responds to thought, as magicians know. Now, his word, therefore, I think, as magicians do, as people who concentrate, creates reality. He can bind supernatural beings, as we call them, but they are just part of a greater reality that we can't see, and a dimension of reality that we're not always aware of unless you've got those abilities. He can bind those beings to his will and control the divine forces that he summons. Now, the magician here is a figure utterly in control of his resources, and he takes an active role in all things. He has a strong influence on results and manifests the changes he desires through his single-minded focus, will, and direction of his energy. And how can it be any other way? He acts as a conduit between heaven and earth, drawing down divine energy and channeling it into the ordinary world here that we see. So I guess you could say that he can perform magic, but really it's understanding who he is and what power is within him. Now, this is not only results magic, however, it's also mysticism and magical practices that lead to an raising up towards the divine. Now, what he signifies for you is that he represents the visionary in you this month and the potential that is possible. He wants you to pay attention to that flash of insight or inspiration and to act upon it. Now, this energy brings excitement that activates your life force with commitment, focus, and willpower. The magician knows what we might call miracles are possible and do happen. He encourages you to gather your vitality and energy, work with your magic to turn your life around, and create new goals. You are the magician this month. You are constantly creating your life and fulfilling and creating your destiny, whether you are doing it consciously or not. The magician prompts you to create consciously with the light of love in your heart. So claim your power, open your communication between spirit and matter, and feel the force and strength that flashes like a shooting star of inspiration. Communicate your intentions clearly, direct it into your world and let it blossom into its full potential. And stretch your wand up towards the heavens. Be the inspired conduit. Set your intention and manifest your dreams. Now, where shall we go? Well, we might do the opposite side of this diagonal. What do you think? This looks like an Indian goddess. Yes. Let's have a look. Or a Hindu goddess, I should say. Maybe people practicing Hinduism who are not ethnically Indian. I'm sure. Now, let us see what is here. Well, here, the tiger, the beast, is the chariot, which demonstrates a more intimate connection between the rider and the beast's raw, ferocious power. Strength seeks a way to become wild, to become one with the wild, a primal force, channeling it towards a particular purpose. Here is the energy of the warrior and of the empowered, and of overcoming of the baser instincts which hold you back. Now, in India, or again for those who adhere to Hinduism, whether or not they live in India, the goddess Durga represents strength of will, power, and energy that is required to overcome. Now, she's given a very large and widespread festival, the Durga Puja, every autumn in the Northern Hemisphere, which occurs during the first 9 days of the waxing moon around that equinox, as I recall. Strength puts you on the threshold of discovery, testing your faith, truth, and courage. It tests your integrity and stamina when difficult or challenging situations arise. When your inner strength shines through, you are radiant and with a lust for life.
It releases your passion. Your heart is open, full, and strong. This is happening to you. The strength of love and compassion are going to flow from you without any expectation of return. The faith and trust you have in yourself and your abilities will unfold into creative power, opening you to the awe and wonders of the world and cosmos, the fears. And you see, the fear is for me often can be represented by this tiger, I think, as a metaphor for fear. She has obviously conquered fear here. And you have conquered fear here, because the fears that once kept you trapped, they're going to melt away. In fact, inner strength brings you to the present. When you live your life in the present, you see through the soul of this strength energy. You are not living through the reactive ego strength, but from the instinctual, compassionate, and intuitive strength. You understand you, nature, the world, and the divine are one. Strength brings patience and a still point of view. And you'll have a holistic and a sense of community around you, I think. This is encouraging you to begin the process of self-discovery, stretching your mind, heart, and soul to open and trust, because you'll then move forward, living your life creatively and authentically in this ever-changing world. Strength is whispering to you, the time is now. Your life experience is now. Make a move. You have a choice to stay safe, although you really are never safe from change, or you have a choice to embrace life and all of its experiences, taking the good with the bad, seeing the possibilities and potentials of both. The more you practice this, the stronger you become. This energy indicates an exciting time that awakens your heart to explore new horizons with yourself, or through travel, relationships, or education, and to follow your dreams and true destiny. It represents the strength and power of self-love. With the strength energy here, you realize that your true purpose is to evolve every day. And every time you practice this, your being radiates wisdom, truth, and courage. Now, what do we have next? I think we might go to, what's above it? This Justice card here, shall we? Why not? And see what this has to say. Gee, this would be, this is the Egyptian goddess Mart, who weighs the heart of the dead person, because in ancient Egypt the heart was thought to be the center of the person, against her feather, and if they were in balance, the person could go on into the afterlife, and if they weren't, then this crocodile, who's called Amat, would eat the person, and they would literally be extinguished from existence. Now, when we talk about justice here, I suppose initially it would suggest notions of human justice, of judgment in a court of law, or retribution, reward, and punishment. And it carries with it an inherently moralistic tone, doesn't it? However, as you know, in our readings, we don't look at things on the surface level. In this energy here, the human codes of law and moral behavior reflect a higher order, the laws of nature and balance. However, like the scales that form the main symbol of this card, this balance isn't static, but rather it is a continual process of subtle shifts and changes. Balance does not mean equality, but an act of changing in response to necessity to maintain order. Now, along with this notion of cosmic order and balance comes a concept of rightness, not in the sense of being morally acceptable, but in the sense of being in line with the balance of the universe. Justice then in here for you represents the laws of nature, moral law, legal law, and the laws of the universe. And what's being said to you here is that I want you to know, she is saying, that there is divine justice. Her purpose is to be fair and impartial while seeking the truth and answers to a decision. But she encourages you to weigh matters carefully before making important choices that will affect you at the moment, or which might affect other people as well. She stands strong with attention, always taking the righteous path. Now, when justice arrives, she brings a choice or a decision that needs to be made. Justice whispers, "Don't be impetuous. Step back and connect with your spiritual and moral values. Quiet your emotions and use your judgment and your inner wisdom. Choose what you know is right rather than what you want to be right. Do and be the best you can. Be a pipe for the divine light to shine down, and with the understanding of cosmic justice rather than ego justice. Justice can bring forth legal matters or financial contracts. So if you're doing anything around that at the moment, review everything with scrutiny, get all the facts, cross your T's and dot your I's. But justice brings you the gifts of fairness, harmony, truth, honesty, reason, and balance. But I do really have the sense that a decision is going to need to be made by you. Now let's have a look at this central energy then, shall we, which is this 3 that's here. I love the number 3. It is about, well, first of all, it's about things coming into being, like pregnancy, about manifestation. You know how you get an embryo that develops in the mother's womb? So it's about things coming into reality. Now, in this image, 3 young women dance around a statue of, well, it would be Dionysus, the Greek god of wine and ecstasy, among other things. The flowers blossoming at their feet tell me that it is the month of Anthesterion, which is the Greek for that period in mid-February to mid-March. And the masks they hold, as well as the lyre and the ripe grapes, show us that they are celebrating the Anthesteria, which is one of the 4 major Dionysiac festivals in classical Greece. So this is the 3 of Cups, and it comes after the 2. Now the 2 is very intimate, but with the 3 here, there's more of a group-oriented nature, because 3s manifest in this emotional suit as a sort of a communal intimacy. Here, a joyous, carefree celebration takes place among friends, which serves not only to express joy and reasons for celebration, but also to further manifest emotional ties between individuals. Now, all these 3s, for me, represent, among other things, manifestation. But in the suit of cups, it can manifest through emotion, through art, music, poetry, or playfulness. I think it's inevitable that there will for you at this time be celebrations, good times and fulfillment. Happiness and joy are going to surround you. The 3 of Cups is actually a very healing card that brings well-being. It is a bonding energy that brings strong, supportive friendships and loving relationships. Now, with this 3 of Cups, your heart is full, your life is happy, and your spirit is high. Mind, body, and spirit, they dance together. The key to this 3 is appreciating and embracing your joy and good fortune. It is time to celebrate your accomplishments. The 3 of Cups says, seize the moment, enjoy this precious time. This is a theme which is coming through for you now, so live every day as it is, because before you know it, it will be another day and the moment will change just like the cycles of the moon. Now, the experience of the 3 of Cups harvest will fade, bringing a new journey. But the gift of the 3 of Cups is sharing a joyful celebration with good friends and family. The sun is shining on your path and you will be blessed. When this 3 enters, it brings success, completion, and new beginnings. And obviously it signals for me anyway, fertility and birth. You just feel good. It brings joy, happiness and laughter. And if your heart is a bit low, this light-hearted card reminds you that laughter really is the best medicine, as the old saying said. Appreciate and enjoy your friends, sharing your joys, loves and successes, and honouring theirs as well. This uplifting energy symbolizes a festive party with food, music, dance and merriment. Gee, it's going to be a wonderful time for you to be alive, so have some fun. And finally, I think, it is finally, isn't it? Yes, it's this. Princess. Now you're placed here with this Three of Cups, and below the Magician, and across from Strength. So what you have to say is this. Now, what she does say is, well, first of all, the Princess of Swords is the lowest of her court, but she does perform a vital role. And she lives in the suit of air, being swords, the suit of the mind, thoughts, words, and communication. But the earthly role of the princess serves to bring ideas into manifestation and to apply theories to the real world and contain wisdom and knowledge. This energy here represents all the ways in which you store knowledge, ideas, and wisdom, and all the ways your ideas and thoughts impact upon the world around you. And she is, I suppose, some Norse goddess, but it's not anything that I'm familiar with, so there can't be any information left about her, I don't think. But I think what she's asking you to consider how your words shape your world, for it is in her realm that you find thoughts becoming a reality. Now, since she is the youngest of her court, she also brings youth, and she represents the beginnings of research, of foundational steps towards an idea being put to use, plans being made to manifest new ideas. And revolutionary ideas maybe that challenge traditionally accepted wisdom. You might well be doing this, you see. She is esoterically both earth and air, and therefore she can correspond with the grounding and containing of the mind, the thought, and the intellect, or she can correspond with the breaking down of ideas with the application of the mind. But more to the point, though, this is a time when you will be intelligent, fearless, and courageous. You, in a sense, will stand before the unknown future, looking at it straight in the eye, and your energetic spirit will be ready to test and develop your mental skills out in the world of opportunity and challenges. Your brilliant and observant self will be curious about the world and how it works, and you will use your reason to analyze and scrutinize every situation. You'll be determined and motivated and ready to take action to integrate your ideas into the world of manifestation. That's what she's really pushing here, is that you're actually going to think about things, but then concentrate your energies and make that happen. Now, you'll be quite an original thinker, and you believe in yourself, and you won't be concerned with what other people's opinion of you is. And you might well find that you fight and take risks for what you believe in. You'll have a very keen perception, which will enable you to look at problematic situations and challenges from a wider perspective. I also have the feeling here that there are some messages of news, new ideas, unexpected information or surprises coming to you. I think what she does is she's presenting you with information, with new contacts, with friends, maybe travel. There's some new project that's going to present itself to you. And be careful, because your energy might change, and that change in energy might change plans that you have. But she can indicate also a sudden change that brings a whole new way of life, and it indicates a time when you need to communicate clearly. Anything involving signing contracts or important documents needs to be scrutinized. When she comes up here to you, ethical behavior and truthfulness are at the forefront. Secrets are revealed, and she is adamant that you find your true self and live by it. I think she brings challenges that create an opportunity for healing and growth for you. What a good woman. Well, what a great set of cards for you this month. Good job, you.
Well, I think I really enjoyed doing that reading for you. Honestly, I did. I thought the artwork was pretty interesting, didn't you? I thought so. This deck, for some reason, really seems to speak to me. And I hope that you enjoyed the reading as much as I enjoyed providing it to you. You're a very special person, and I love doing readings for you. Now, there's one thing I want you to remember until I see you next time, and it is this, that you are a legend. And I look forward to seeing you again next month. So until then, it's bye for now.